Let's do it. Your server congestion's the same as Fairy, but your roulettes are so much faster. So here's the thing. Despite the fact it says server congestion, it's not. What it is that the server can only handle so many people joining it at once. And so it's not that you are like waiting for people to log out of the world. It's just that you're in the queue to load into the world, and that's why it goes in chunks of like, I think it's like 25 at a time or something like that. To be honest, NA world has more worlds you guess to pull from, well, more data centers. Or more servers. So you got the same number, no. You got the same number of worlds each server, but you've got more servers within the data center. There we go. That's... The Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets are nice. Yes. If you want some more Aetheryte tickets, I can just give you like 100. I currently have like 1,500. Because I don't really have anything else to spend hunt currency on anymore. So, since yesterday, one less DPS to level. You somehow went back up to 10 mil in the span of 2 quests. Some of the quests do give a lot of experience, and it's possible that you got a free million for getting a character up to 30. But you would have already done that, so maybe not. But yeah, so we've just got Viper, Warrior, and Astro and Sage still to go. That's not what I meant. Yeah. Pray, return to the waking sands. I'm probably like another friend of yours likes to see all those numbers go up. It's partly that, and it's partly for all of the role quest stuff. Like, obviously it doesn't matter so much after Stormblood, because you stop having actual job quests. But yeah, the entire point of this character was that it was going to be everything, and we were going to do most everything. I forget, is the Waking Sands instanced? I think it is. I like grinding. Hello. Where are they? Oh. I thought you could trade Aetheryte tickets. I just thought you couldn't sell them. I thought I gave Thrill a ton of them. Maybe not. Whoops. Whoops. Do you want anything else I've got? I don't really have anything. Whoops. You bought some using gold chocobo feathers, so you have a good stock. I have no golds. I so badly want the Managarm and Titania. Twin Tanya, not Titania. Mounts. But I can't get them. You fucker. Yes, that's the one I want. It's just so cool. Pet the dragon. I do like this one. But sadly you can't fly at the minute. Yeah, very true. I take your Twintania and I will bomb it. Oh, I thought that was single character, the Nimbus. There's a gold version. Oh. I see. I don't have that many. Yeah, that's from Shadowbringers. No, that's from Endwalker, Collector's Edition, isn't it? I don't have that many paid-for mounts. I have the adorable fatter cat, of course, because toe beans. And then I think the only other one I have is the Cruise Chaser. And I think all my other ones are from in-game or, like, events and stuff. You don't have any paid for on this character. You only got the Porksy with the crown from the Boba event. Yeah. I've got that too somewhere. Yep, that's definitely what I meant to do. Oh god, I'm gonna get eaten. Right, well, anyway. I had better get back to whatever the fuck I was doing. You bought 3 boba for you and friends, only realizing they were allergic to most of it. My ex went out and got boba and gave me the code because I specifically asked her to. Yeah. To be fair, there wasn't one of the boba places around here, but there's one where she works. Or worked. I imagine she still works there, but I don't know. You had to visit the one in Manchester. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I'll escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Neus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. You were passing by for a job for Gwyd, an acting job, and met up with an FC friend who lived in the area. Oh, nice. Though the Ilsabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship to see us overcome our differences. Very well, but know the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safe to Tertium. It is feckin' warm. Oh, yep, that explains a lot. My fan says it's 30 degrees. That'd do it. That would do it. I've not played Viper in a couple of weeks. My system has been particularly problematic the last couple of days. But it's because of driver issues. It has to be. Because if I boot in safe mode, it's fine. But otherwise, like, it really struggles. It's something to do with the... Something to do with either storage memory or RAM memory. Because it like struggles to access files that it knows should be there, but then it also like, yeah, I get a variety of errors which are all linked to drivers or faulty hardware, but because it's booted absolutely no issue in safe mode, that eliminates it being hardware, because that would do the same thing, so it's a driver issue. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I'm given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. How swanky is it in here? Okay, it's the same as Tertium. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their view on the Ilsabard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray, keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier and try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labour to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Either I'm having a stroke or someone's burning something. You recognise the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. Because they're being prioritised? Raise your arms. If you can, you're good. Fair point. And so long as my left side isn't drooping. And, well, no, to be honest, me talking absolute bollocks isn't indicative of anything. That could just be a normal day. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilsabard contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Okay, but have you talked about this to anyone properly? Prior to us coming and saying, hey, we want to activate it. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Whoops. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? And what were you able to learn? Your balcony opens facing a garden where an Asian family constantly burns stuff in the garden. So you're repeatedly checking you're not having a stroke. Yeah. Much the same as me then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbour a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question! I also agree that if they don't want the aid, then they shouldn't take it, but they can't take the aid and then complain that they have to take the aid. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, no. I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant through Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him, they refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on the matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech materials for your own ends. I know not if that's the case, but the fact remains. We cannot allow you to destroy them. Do you have control of them? No. Therefore, they are rampant. You yourself may not have been attacked by them, but many people have been attacked by them. If you don't believe that they're rampant, then go with an expeditionary force to confirm that they're rampant. That's such a fucking loose argument. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. That smell is getting worse. Not my PC. I fucking hope not. There is the fact that one of the fans isn't even running. That's not a good sign. Was my chassis fan burn out? Hold on, let me just check my temps. How do I go about doing that again? I think I can just do it through Task Manager at the minute. Yeah, one of my GPUs, the one that is actually running probably OBS actually, is at 76 degrees, the other is at 40. 40's fine, 76 is a little high. Hold on. Yours is running at 70, playing the game. Yeah. The 70 isn't that bad. It's just I think it's anything over 80. Like 80 and up is concerning, and it's at 77. 76. Bear with me a moment. I'm just going to go and double check that something actually... If I can smell stuff in the rest of the house, it's probably fine. Yeah, that now definitely smells like wood smoke. I think it's the local pub having a bonfire or something. Because there's also a shit ton of, well, smoke. Visible. It's kind of a giveaway. How complicated relations became were not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement? Of course! Well, do I understand the difficulty? Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. We're going to open up the Imperial Palace for orgies. Like, here's the thing, literally, all they have to do is walk outside and there's immediately rampant, like, it's not like, oh, we've already cleared out all the ones near their enclave. No, right fucking there, right outside. That's why the doors aren't open. I could have just teleported, couldn't I? Yeah, I could have. Whoops. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razat Khan and the people of Garlemald. Please, continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilsabard contingent, or, rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that could restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly do you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Razat Khan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Razat Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razat Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lords Aeneas and Matthias. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. Your fans are just blowing hot air at you. Mine is just circulating air. So it still feels cooler than it is, but yeah. It's warm, and smelling fire does not cool you down. Can confirm. Oh wait, it's this bit. Yeah. Again, I could have just teleported. But there's something more satisfying about flying a dwarven-built cannon into the refugee camp. Guaranteed in 45 minutes, Gwyd will be home and state how disgusting it is. Yep. God, those eyebrows. They honestly make him look like a Thalmor from Skyrim. I think I said that last time. I think I said that's who they reminded me of. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by right. Nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Razat Han, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed arrangement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum. A foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor, were a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? That's how countries work. That's how countries work. You export the things you have a surplus of to buy and import the things that you have a deficit of. I suppose the only difference was, rather than having trade arrangements, the Empire just went and took the stuff that they didn't have. But still, you're no longer an empire. Rome has fallen. And if you try and invade and become an empire again, you're just gonna get snuffed out. So fucking shut your face and accept trade arrangements. Hate to say it, but your emperor is dead from civil war. Yep. Clearly, the previous political model worked so well. So well. You know, Julius Caesar, you know, renowned for the fact that he was so supported by his peers. You know? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Nasus, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Metius, wait! It isn't safe out there! So is he now going to get attacked by... Oh! Thank you, Kaina, I presume. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Metius is bound for Senatus, then we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he's not yet come to any harm. Fuck him. Let him die, that's a form of politics as well. Not necessarily a good one, but... Again, Julius Caesar. That was easy. I love the fact that because of dissension, he's just fucking himself over the more cards he puts down. Oh, but now I'm forced to do it in a specific order, of course. I win. Give me your fucking card. Give me your fucking card. Why have I thought this was going to be quick and easy. Give me the fucking card. You have one card. One. Oh shit, it's got plus. Give me the... I didn't intend on this. I promise this is not intentional. Oh, I guess it can't go below what... You son of a bitch. He stole my card. Yep. Ha-ha! Oh, okay. I mean, he's made it a decent distance, to be fair to him. He was almost there. You good, bitch? You still gonna be snarky? I'm alive. Yeah. Who'd you have to thank for that, huh? Huh?
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
If you stop being a cunt, there might be.
Aye, so long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken.
The true Garlemald was the friends we made along the
chain that
way.
connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me?
Once again, I disagree with you vehemently. It is precisely because of your position that you should listen to the voice of the young. You're in a position of power over an entire fucking country. You should be listening to all the demographics. Especially the young, because the young are the ones that are going to inherit whatever the fuck you do. Whereas the old ones are the ones that are making decisions and then potentially dying before they can actually see them come to fruition, or that aren't thinking of long-term side effects of stuff and consequences because they're not going to be around for it. Fuck you! You should be getting lectured by the young. Does that mean that the young are inherently correct? No. But neither are the old. Neither are the rich, neither are the poor. Everyone has their own... Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. And you don't always want to see other people's. But... I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me?
Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I
That's
owe you
fucking
my life.
right.
And I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
I'm feeling snacky.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used
That looks like
or were
Felucia.
used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village.
Well, one of those is
They
Golbez,
had
quite
saved the
clearly.
people there from corrupted Memoriats. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit.
Hey, Lens, how you doing?
I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
With a handshake, perhaps. I'll be honest, I was just on the phone, because I've been invited out again. Today. So, yeah, I was just on the phone whilst being convinced to go out, so I have no idea what's been said for the last, 2 minutes. But with a handshake? Maybe? I don't know.
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
One, two, three, four. I declare a thumb war. Who's the lucky guy? It is my friend Billy, who I met from Andy's Man Club. His fiancée, and the woman that his fiancée is trying to set me up with. And that's probably why they're so adamant to try and get me to come out, is because they're trying to play matchmaker. Yeah. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you and Euless. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back in Tertium. We should join them. Is she nice? I mean, I've not met her yet. I've spoken to her a little bit, and she seems nice. But, you know, it's easy to say anything over text. That's why I think that they're trying to force it, which I'm not sure I like, but maybe that's just neurotypicals being friendly. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable? I do, Aeneas. I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I'm ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. I'm neurodivergent. Yes. Heavily suspect that I am autistic. But even if I'm not, I am certainly some form of neurodivergent. There is no world in which I am neurotypical. There just isn't. Autism would make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people of Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode's still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of cerulean. I have to say, didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Razat Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razat Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step toward rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razat Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement our people will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather around to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others. That validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. Rather timely development, given the ether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission on the moon. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. Yeah, so Lens, it probably got cut off for you, but yeah, I am. Oh Jesus, I am fairly certain that I'm autistic. Not diagnosed though, so of course I can't say that I am, but it makes too much fucking sense. And I have been diagnosed by peer review, as it were, which is usually, like, as much as there's gaydar and, like, all those other things, like, there is an autism dar, and it is fairly successful from every autistic person that I've spoken to. Because neurodivergent people tend to naturally flock together with like-minded people.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ajdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
You would have me go in my true form.
I mean, we could also go and
Very well.
ask the other dragons.
Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ajdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
Basically giving us half her soul.
Will you do this for me?
I mean, I am an Azure Dragoon, so...
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Y'shtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
Friend.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
I don't know until they get back to me with times. Again, I think they've asked me first before asking the other person, the one they're trying to hook me up with. So it's possible that, like the earlier plans that were supposed to happen today, nothing will happen. But there's also a chance that I might have to very quickly end the stream and, like, go and get a shower and shit.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Entourage? Laportes? Oh, no, yeah, of course. I forgot Nidana had come up here.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak.
Oh.
The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a voidsent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
What about me?
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here.
Very
It
true.
would be remiss of us not to employ it.
So we're going to repair the
We shall reforge
restraints?
the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for voidsent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, So I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
So obviously they've not had a reason to try and fix them since we killed Zodiac. But it feels kind of weird that we're repairing them. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiac's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet, though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, we will require a second line of defense, and I believe the Laporet supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Urianger, after, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestway Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I'll join you. As a void scent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I'll send word when we have finished. Pray, do the same. Yeah, they want to pick me up in an hour. Okay. But what will I wear? Does this turn into a dress after upstream? Not really, no. I'll probably end up wearing a shirt. I don't have many thin shirts at the minute, though, so I'm probably going to end up wearing flannel. Ugh. I need to get some more nice, like, casual shirts. Because I've got a nice, like, dress shirt that would be nice and cool, despite the fact it's so warm. But it's like a work shirt. It's too fancy, too smart. I'll look like a fucking accountant. Anything linen. I have a grey shirt that I could wear, but it's grey, so any sweat is going to just show up like fuck. They can be worn open with a light t-shirt, yeah. But I'm probably just going to wear... I'll either just go in t-shirt and jeans, or I'll wear the flannel and jeans. It is what it is. I need to get some new clothes, but now that I'm getting to the end of my paying for my teeth, I should be able to actually buy some clothes. I'll probably do that next week, ready for my brother's wedding. Right, let's finish this quest, and then I'll have to wrap it up. Which, is disappointing for Final Fantasy, but we have been streaming for 5.5 hours, because I did, like, 4 hours of Night Rain before this. There you are! Y'shtola has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this void-sent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please, wait there.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Even now, as we pursue new dreams, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right,
Wait, hold on.
So, we originally deployed these supporters
I can do that
to
better.
patrol the moon
I can
and
do that
keep it
better.
safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor.
Oh!
Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
Oh, there's the other one. Sleeping way.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
Oh god.
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Enlist
Pray
inventing way.
forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement... we just might be able to do it in 2.
What do you want?
This I leave to you.
No. The poet's eyes twinkle with anticipation as they await your buoyant exultation. Extolation. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. Why the many bunny ears? Because I got them for my 10-year streamiversary. Because someone once misread my name as Afterbun, and I then got the nickname After Bunny, which is what my nickname still is on Discord, despite the fact that the person that did all of this hasn't been around for years at this point. And now, of course, I play After Bun, the Vieira, so bunny ears. And they came as a 2-pack, which was like the same price or cheaper than buying a single pack, because depending on what I'm playing, the white will turn up better, or the black would. So I got both. So there'd be options. What? Engage! Engage! Oh, sorry, I was in the midst of... Forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep... One second. What a marvellous feeling. There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. With you cheering me on, I can do naught less than my very best. Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper techniques so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray, attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved Void-Sent Slaughterbots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands.
Oh, that didn't take very long at all.
Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Right. Unfortunately, / fortunately, I'm gonna have to end it here so that I can go and get ready for the double date that me and this other person have been coerced into. Time to go and have some coerced fun. Yeah, something like that. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. It should be good. I mean, it gets me out of the house. It's just the fact that I've got my parents visiting tomorrow, so... I don't particularly want to be too knackered from anything. And then have to deal with my parents for several hours tomorrow. God, I'm such a good son. Ah, I see, okay. So these tokens or whatever aren't actually that hard to earn. Right. Yeah, okay. Cool. Requirement crest expansion. I struggle to believe that there isn't a flame. Effect. Really? I mean, that's kind of the closest I'm seeing immediately. Because it's either that or the Black Mage Thaumaturge symbol. I mean, there's sun. What do I need crest expansion? I kind of like the ghost, though. The ghost is kind of cute. Ah! There is a flame. Okay. Not that I can use it. But still. More unlock at later levels, I see. Fair enough. Fuck it for now. That'll do. Anyway, yeah. I gotta go and shower and shave and shit. I'm not shaving properly, but I need to trim. And make myself look somewhat presentable, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching, folks. We should be back tomorrow evening for more Final Fantasy. Hopefully we can finish this patch, if nothing else. Although I think we're actually not far from Dawn Trail now. I think there's maybe 2 patch. I think we're on 9, not 9. I think we're on 0.4. What was it, 6.4? And yeah. We'll get there. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a good one. Later.